There's no worse feeling when you are this close to a sale and the client says, I'll think about it and get back to you.
Or, I don't think this is right for me just now, but it sounds great. Ugh.
You've put in all this hard work so far. Maybe you've sent them a proposal, maybe you're chatting over email, maybe you were actually in a sales meeting and you just can't quite get them over the line.
Well, we want to make sure that you avoid the I'll think about it scenario in the future. So keep watching as we show you 5 reasons why people aren't buying right now and what you can do about it to close more sales.
Let's do this.
Woo!
The first problem you need to overcome is making sure that they actually feel a problem. Are they stuck, frustrated, unhappy, tired, grumpy, sneezy, dopey? I feel like I was naming the dwarves and then I just went with it.
That was good.
That wasn't in the script. How badly do they feel that problem? And do they feel it enough to actually want your solution?
For example, if I have an abundance of pens handy, like this, great pens too, I'm not gonna feel the need to buy a new pen. So telling me all the features of your fancy dancy new pen isn't gonna help. It could be the best flowing, most stylish, best ergonomic pen in the world with a limited time only discount offer, and I'm still not gonna buy that pen. I need to see and feel like there's a problem in the first place. So if I had to sell you a pen, I'd probably ask first, do you write a lot? Yes? Okay, well, do sometimes you get like pains and hand strains in your hand after writing for a long time? Yes? Well, did you know that over 30,000 people go to the physiotherapist every year due to hand strain from writing too much? Do you have an ergonomic pen that will help you with that? No? Well, then maybe you should look at my pen because its ergonomic design helps prevent hand strain so that you can write for longer without your hand ever hurting. Do you want to take a look? Did you Google that there was actually 30,000 people that get hand strain?
Salesmen lie, Pete. Salesmen lie.
You just made that up, didn't you?
Don't lie, kids. Don't lie.
Okay, so you see, people only buy if they feel the problem. So if you want to close more sales, make them feel the problem more.
And please remind me never to go into the pen business with Pete.
You want my pen?
I don't think I can deal
I'll
with...
give you a pen.
I don't think I can deal with that sales pitch.
You really need the pen.
I'll The second thing you need is desire. Now, once you've highlighted that problem that you solve in step 1, the desire should come easier. Because what does their life look like if that problem is solved? How much more money do they make? How much more time do they save? How popular or sexy are they going to be with that brand new pen?
Yes.
Or how happy are they? Because people buy on emotion and not logic. So once they feel the problem, can you paint a picture of what their life will look like after that problem is solved? Now, this is the part that can feel a little bit icky, and slimy salesmen will ham this up and it can come across as really pushy or disingenuous, and we know that you don't want to come across like that. So what we're basically saying is just find out what their goals are, find out what they want to achieve, and try to resonate and empathize with them. And if your product or service does actually solve that, does actually help them achieve that goal, then tell them.
Yeah, this is where we need to get over that imposter syndrome that we all feel and put our best foot forward. Because we're here to tell you that you are awesome and you need to let that shine through.
And a way to do this that might make it a little bit more comfortable to you is to take the spotlight off you and put it to your customers. Like, can you tell customer success stories?
For example, one of my pen owners and my fancy dancy new pen said that they never had hand strain again and they could write for longer. Woo. Okay, the third thing you need to do to close more sales is to make sure that your price is justified and that they see the value when they see your offering. Now let us know in the comments if you've ever been told it's too expensive. It's just too expensive. I can't afford that right now. Have you ever been told that? Let us know in the comments. Here's the thing, if you're a small business owner, there's no point in trying to be the cheapest. You do not want to be in a race to the bottom, because there are probably cheaper solutions out there than yourself.
Now, it's not necessarily a good idea to point out that there are cheaper solutions, but we don't want you to stick your head in the sand either. Because the price objection is rarely to do with price, it's more about the perceived value. Pete's ergonomic pen is more expensive than a regular biro, even though they suspiciously look exactly the same.
It's a different pen.
But the value that Pete's pen brings is much, much higher.
So if you know that you are more expensive, when you're having that sales conversation, make sure that the value you bring or the point of difference about your product or service is super clear so that perceived value is increased.
Now this brings us on to our next point nicely, because they may see the value, or they may still be comparing it to cheaper options, or there may be something else entirely that's holding them back. So the fourth thing that you need to do to close more sales is objection handling. And even better than that, proactive objection handling. For example, when you're having that sales conversation, they might not actually tell you that they're comparing it to something cheaper. And so when you ask them if they want to go ahead and buy, you'll probably get the dreaded,
"I'll think about it."
And if you get that, here's what you say. Sure thing, is there anything holding you back in particular?
The more sales conversations that you have, the better you will become at overcoming these objections, and the more you'll be able to do it proactively before these things even come up.
For example, we know one of the biggest reasons that people don't join memberships is that they feel like they don't have time to actually do the stuff that the membership is going to teach them. Now, we saw that problem from getting the same objection time after time after time. So we built into our membership, Atomic, how to fix that problem. So now, whenever we're in a sales conversation about Atomic, we know that 99% of the people we're talking to will be thinking about that very same objection. And rather than just waiting for that to come up, we can actually explain how we've fixed it and proactively handle that objection.
We'll explain when you join most memberships, all they do is tell you a bunch of stuff that you have to now do, which you don't have time to do in the first place, which is why many people fail when they join a membership, because they don't have time to implement all the stuff. However, when you join Atomic, the very first thing that we do is to tell you how to discover your focus in your business so that you can stop doing a bunch of stuff that you feel like you need to be doing, but you really don't. So that instantly you have more time back in your business, not only to take part in Atomic, but also all the other memberships that you are part of. Happy days.
So start working out what the objections are, specifically the really common ones. Go fix those objections in your product and service if you haven't already, and then be proactive and prepared to handle those objections in sales conversations.
Now, all these things so far, feeling the problem, desire, showing the value, handling objections, only work if you've got this fifth thing.
Now, before we tell you though that all-important fifth thing, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe down below, and we'll love you forever.
Fifthly, you need to be 100% confident in what you're selling. In fact, this is the biggest reason you're probably not getting enough sales right now. People will only buy off you if they trust you. And if you don't sound 100% confident in what you're selling to them, people are gonna sense that a mile off, and they're not gonna buy from you.
That's the mindset that you need to have when going into a sales conversation. You need to be really confident that you can help the person that you're selling to with their problem, and that the person is actually going to get benefit of what you are selling to them. And if you don't feel like that, then that is the thing that you need to fix first.
Before you go, make sure you subscribe to our channel and leave a comment if you've ever been told that you are too expensive. If you're short on time, just say the word yes and we'll know what you mean. If there's enough interest, then we'll do another video all about how to handle that "I'm too expensive" objection in a lot more depth.
I've been Andrew.
And if you want a pen, you should just hit me up. Just drop me a comment. I'll give you a good deal on the pen. It's a great pen. Your hand will not be strained.
I'm out.
Let me know.
I'm out.
DM me, comment. Yeah, just drop me a comment. There's a limited only amount available. So if you let me know today, you might be able to get your hands on one. Maybe I could even offer you a 2-for-1 offer on these pens as well. Pretty good value there. Remember, your hand will hurt less. You'll be able to write longer. You'll be able to do more work. You'll be richer. and you'll be more successful because you can write more. Like, think about it. How much do you brainstorm?